A very sad story coming out of the city and state of my hometown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This young lady right here, 32-year-old Jamaica Mills, is accused of unaliving her dear friend by pew-pewing. Her friend went to Concordia University. She was a pharmacy student. She was in her last year of pharmacy school, and she was visiting this young lady, Jamaica Mills, at her Northside home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and ended up unalive. And everybody's trying to figure out what happened. How did this tragedy happen? Well, we don't know. It's a lot left out of the story because we are for sure how Jamaica, this person right here, has a connection to Ariel, the 26-year-old that was unalived, and where they knew each other from. Not sure if Jamaica right here is in school to be a pharmacist, or if they worked together, or how they met up with each other and how they became friends. Ariel, the person that was unalived, family did concede that this person right here, Jamaica Mills, was a friend to Ariel for at least 1 year, and that they did occasionally hang out together. So again, Jamaica right here lives on the north side of Milwaukee and ended up with this young lady down here, Ariel Spillner, at her home. And according to the complaint states that Mills, the young lady that was pictured above, told detectives the two smoked reefer together, and then Jamaica became paranoid. So if anybody has had a patient or a relative or themselves been in a substance-induced psychosis, that is what she is describing. Psychosis means an out of reality experience where you basically lost your mind. I'm gonna put it in layman's term. You lost your mind. You don't understand what's going on. You're in paranoid. You might be paranoid. You might be delusional. You may feel like somebody's trying to harm you, or that you may end up doing things that you wouldn't normally do. So according to Jamaica Mills, the woman that was pictured above, her and the woman that's pictured below, Ariel Spillner, were smoking reefer, and she became paranoid. And she thought that Ariel right here was going to harm her, because Ariel had brought with her some scissors to groom Jamaica's puppy. So these two friends are smoking reefer, and one becomes extremely paranoid, while the other one is in the middle of starting to, I won't say in the middle of, but she is preparing to groom the puppy of the first girl's, the first girl's puppy. So she has these scissors that she brought with her, and she's gonna groom this puppy. And the girl comes out of her room with a Ruger 380, and pews this girl right here, Ariel, in the shoulder. The thing that comes out of the pew ends up piercing both of her lungs, and this woman right here, Jamaica, ends up unaliving her friend. All of this came from, according to her, a substance-induced psychosis. She told police she had no intentions on unaliving her friend, but she was aware that pews can unalive people. This is so tragic. I hope that this doesn't turn into a racial thing on my page, because in the real world, people from different races do hang out with each other. Everybody is not segregated. There are people from different races that grow bonds and that do hang out. And unfortunately, some of them will do drugs together. What I will take from this is, like I said, I am a psychiatric nurse. I have dealt with many patients that have had substance-induced psychosis. So it is a real thing. So don't jump on my page saying it's not a real thing. You can question whether or not you believe her story is accurate, or if you believe it is made up. If you think it's more to the story, that's fine, but don't come on here saying that there's no such thing as substance-induced psychosis, because I've had many patients who have suffered from substance-induced psychosis. And the moral of the story, I would say, is to not buy drugs off of the street from someone who is not a prescriber, someone who is not a pharmacist, because you just really don't know what you are getting. And unfortunately, the young lady pictured below, Ariel, lost her life to supposedly her good friend up here in the middle of a substance-induced psychosis. Can you imagine smoking on this young lady right here? She was in her last year of pharmacy school. Can you imagine smoking on some reefer? I'm using the word lightly because I don't know what TikTok will allow me to say. Smoking on some reefer, and your friend becomes paranoid and goes in her room and comes out with a pew pew and just starts shooting. And not to mention, I forgot to mention something. Not only did she shoot Ariel, did she pew pew Ariel, she also pew pewed herself. She pew pewed herself in the stomach. So when the police arrived, they arrived to two people that were pew pewed. So originally they had no idea what was going on. Mills initially gave multiple conflicting accounts, including saying that this young lady up here, Ariel, had been the one who pew pewed the both of them. So she finally admitted at the end that she was the one who pew pewed them both, and that she said that she was fueled by this substance-induced psychosis. What a sad story. This young lady was in her last year of pharmacy school. What do you all think? Do you think it was substance-induced psychosis, or do you think it's more to the story? Please heart. Hearts don't cost anything. Heart the video. Give your girl some love.